All right, ladies and gents, welcome. We are back live for London Session, guys. Welcome to another edition of London Session. As always, guys, good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening, no matter where we are around the world. Hope you guys are all doing well. As I mentioned, welcome to another edition of London Session. Apologies being absent yesterday, obviously, with the US bank holiday and the Japanese bank holiday. Didn't think it was really worth trading, but I did jump on a members only call. We did do some practice. We did a sim session, which was good fun as always. But anyway, guys, we are here to look at the live charts here today. So as we speak, gold has been absolutely dumping. Gold and silver. I'm not sure what has come out in regards to news. Let's just quickly look to see if there has been anything breaking. We're seeing gold move some $40 to the downside, so 400 plus pips. Silver as well has made a significant move to the downside. Doesn't appear to be anything breaking at the minute unless someone knows otherwise. If you do know anything, then please feel free to pop that into the chat and I'll happily have a look at that. In the meantime, guys, as you guys know the drill, if you could make sure YouTube smash that little like button for me, TikTok hit that screen for me, and we will get underway with doing what we do best, guys. We will have a look at the charts. Any charts or any questions, any pairs, anything you'd like me to have a look at, guys, as you guys already know, feel free to pop that into the chat and I will promptly get to you guys. In the meantime, guys, let's get cracking and let's get to work. Let's have a look at the gold to begin, guys. What we can see is, once again, we are floating and hovering at all-time highs. We have recently created an all-time high and we have since dumped. Looking at the weekly time frame, we are strong bullish on the weekly. How many consecutive candles now? We've got, starting from the lows here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Are we printing a 9th weekly bullish candle in a row? Obviously with higher low, higher high, when everyone's been calling for a pullback, guys. Who has been the one to suggest that there is no need for it to necessarily pull back? It is fundamentally very bullish. It is technically very bullish. So don't trade what you think might happen. React to what you are seeing happening. And at the moment, we are still extremely bullish here on the gold. So off the back of that, I'm likely going to be looking for buy options unless I have some sort of catalyst to do otherwise. But obviously we are strong bullish here on the weekly time frame. Onto the daily time frame, and what we can see is high low, high high. We are still trending very strong to the upside here. What we're going to do is mark in the current all-time high, obviously current daily high, and also the daily low. We want to see, seeing we do have that higher low, higher high to the previous candle, if there is necessarily a need for us to pull back down and break our own low, and if so, could that potentially be enough for us to maybe look for some potential sell options? Or is it just a grab of liquidity in order to make another move towards the all-time high yet again? So down to the 4-hour time frame here, we are obviously very bullish here on the 4-hour. We have created the higher high, so the good thing is now we're shifted a level as to where the structure would flip back bearish a little bit higher up. On the flip side, we are still well off flipping it either way. So let's mark in the level where it would flip back to the downside, and that is below 39.47. So we are well off flipping any structure here on the 4-hour time frame. As far as resistance, looks like we're about to confirm that. We will mark it in, although on the 15-minute time frame, we are almost at the open of the candle itself. We have just over 5 minutes remaining. We do in fact print bearish. That would mean we have a 4-hour resistance at this point. Now onto the 15-minute time frame here, and what we can see is we've just approached the Asian session lows, not quite tapped into it. We are attempting to form support back above it. All right, so off the back of that, guys, we're just going to remove this zone to the downside. We are a fair distance off it, so it's kind of irrelevant in the minute. I'm going to focus on the most recent levels. So what I'm going to do is mark in that current daily candles low, which lines up with just above it, the support either way, which lines up with basically the Asian session low as well. So we're going to mark that level in. You can see we're tapped into it. We're going to mark in the highs. Why is it not filling across? Very strange. Yeah, we're going to mark in these highs. Sorry, it's just throwing me off a little bit. All right, it's not even really a zone, guys. We don't really have much of an upper wick. Don't really have anything. All right, so we are obviously on the 15, we've actually confirmed a flipping structure here. However, I'm not interested in selling it into all this mess to the left. Plus, we are extremely bullish. So for me, I'm going to be looking for buy options, guys. Now, what I can see is if this candle closed back weak bullish on a bearish orient of M5, close the M15 back a strong bullish candle, I will look to execute a buy above the high of the current 15-minute candle in just under 4 minutes time. So what we can do is use our fib trick here, guys, and we are currently, we've not, I mean, don't have a low wick at the moment. We've got don't have an upper wick as well. Just gotta let this thing print, but at this rate it needs to close back above. Let's mark in the 0.382, guys. This is the level in accordance to my rule book. We're gonna have to keep shifting this down as it continues to print further to the downside here. So if we close above the 0.382, guys, this would confirm a weak bearish closure on the M5 time frame. This will confirm a weak resistance just above the support. Not only that, it will confirm a relatively strong M15 bullish candle closure here. So if we create a bit of a low wick in the following candle and begin to break above the high of the what will be the catalyst M15, that could be a potential buy option, guys. But in the minute, it looks like we're going to close relatively strong bearish here. So if that is to be the case, then we're likely going to have to wait for a little bit of minor resistance to form at the current level. Perhaps a little bit of consolidation. As price begins to break away from that consolidation, we could possibly be looking at some potential buy options, guys. So for time being, I'm going to be looking for buys above the current support if we do remain above it. Now, further buy options, obviously above the high, guys. There's nothing wrong with continuation buys. We are again in a big strong uptrend. Friend is your friend until the end, and it is very bullish. So we'll be looking for continuation buys above the high, guys, for again into price discovery. Now, as far as sells, what I really want to see is I think would come from the all-time high. Massive drop, some 60 plus pips in a minute. $60, 600 plus pips in a minute, to be honest. So therefore, what I really need to see is price bounce off, and if we did consolidate above the support, only to be in the close below it, break the current daily candles low, pull back up, reject that previous support, turn resistance, then perhaps I could look for some potential sell options. But to be honest, guys, we're well off any sells in my opinion. I'm going to patiently wait for a potential buy option, likely from the support. And even if we drop down lower, guys, and all I'm going to do is shift this zone down, and I will look for buys from lower down. I am not afraid to buy it against the current volumes to the downside, because likelihood of it forming support and heading back up is quite probable at the minute, seeing we are in a big strong uptrend. So that is my plan moving forward here today on the gold, guys. We are very bullish. We are looking for buys, and that is what I'm going to be doing anyway. Make it that what you will, guys. Either way, make sure to YouTube, smash that like button, and TikTok, hit that little screen for me. Shall we look at GJ? Let's wait for the candles to close here on the gold. All right, so shift that down. So that's the 0.382, but it's going to end up being a very weak bullish M15. So we're likely going to have to wait, guys. Oops. Yeah, we're likely gonna have to wait. But the good thing is, like I mentioned, we have now formed some resistance at the support. We remain above the support. The next potential scenario, guys, could be something like this. If the next M15 ends up closing a strong bullish candle, bullish engulfing, off the back of that, we are respecting support. We have now broken the Asian lows. We've retested the Asian low, pulling back up within it. So if we were to engulf on the following candle, that could provide us an entry catalyst for a buy to take it back up towards the all-time high. So few potential options moving forward, guys. We just need to patiently wait for the right opportunity to get involved. That is my opinion of the gold, guys. Quickly, let's look at GJ for anyone who might be interested. I personally won't be trading it weekly. Back of the previous candle, we need to use the fib here. If it's above the 50, I determine it to be a strong closure. It's below it, so I would say it's a weak bullish closure. So perhaps we'll grab upside liquidity, and perhaps we could shift back to the downside. The current weekly still has no lower wick, so let's just mark that in. Onto the daily, And we have broken high at the previous daily. If we were to break the low, I believe there is a very high probability we will make a significant move to the downside. This could eventually turn out to be what we call a liquidity candle. So seeing it has a high low, higher high, if it was to now flip and continue bullish, there would be no need for it to pull back and break the low of that previous daily candle. If, however, it does break the low of that previous daily candle, from my personal experience and the data I have gathered, there's a high probability that price will continue with a bit of momentum to the downside. So we are bullish candle probabilities, but printing strong bearish, weak bullish on the weekly. The 4-hour structure itself, I'd consider that a swing, to be honest. I'd say we're bearish. I'd say we're bearish here on the 4-hour. Mark in this as the most recent resistance. So downside, we don't really have a zone, but anyway, we're going to mark that level in. Got a level again with no real zone below it. And use that bullish candle to the left. Make our way down to 30 here. All right, and that too appears to be bearish. So the bias is a bit of a mixed bag here on GJ. What I'm going to do is mark in the most recent resistance form within the current daily candle. Now, if we were to continue bearish, then not much of a need for us to pop back up and break above 202.80. If we did so, close above it, pull back, retest, we do have some clean traffic to the left, we're likely going to test the daily candles high at that point there. So buys above 202.8. 202.8 is where I want to be above. If we did reject that point, I'll be looking for potential sell options, guys. If we did pop back up only to reject, confirm and a lower high, then I'll be looking for an opportunity to take a sell. So that will look something like so, obviously. Now I'm not going to chase will not chase the sells at the minute. If you're not in sells, too bad, you're too late to the party. Further options would be if price pop back down to the daily, to that current weekly low, which is the previous daily low at 201.870. I'd like to see it prior to breaking that low, triggering some buyers, begin to pop back below it, retest, trap those buyers, and continue to the downside to have some clean traffic to the left. So definitely be considering some sell options a little bit below the current daily candles low, previous daily candles low, sorry, and that's at 201.870 to be exact. And that is all for the GJ for anyone who is interested, guys. But in the meantime, back to gold quickly. So we're waiting for the 15-minute now. We're waiting to see how this candle closes. Discrepancy here. What is going on? Why is this saying we've got a minute and a bit left? What is going on here, guys? I'm on the 5-minute, that's why. My bad. My bad. Apologies. All right, so now we're back on track here. So all right. So the 15 closed weak bullish. All right, let's just watch the 5-minute. Let's watch the 5-minute. Now, really would want to see a 15 closing relatively strong, but this candle in itself, potential reversal signal, pretty much got a doji candle forming at the support. So we once again, if we were to break the high of that candle, there'd be a high probability we could continue bullish. I'd like to see a strong closure above though. So we'll watch it a bit in the 5-minute. We've got just under 40 seconds remaining. Now, one big issue would be the fact that the stop losses are massive, guys. It is huge. It makes it very tricky to trade at the minute. You're looking at, wow. What to do with gold when you got, as a scalper, if you got a stop loss of over 200 pips, doesn't make much sense to secure at 10, 20, 30 pips. So you're gonna have to target around 200 pips, which means you're gonna have to significantly reduce your lot size, which means it's not really even worth trading it, in my personal opinion. We may have to wait for the volatility to settle down a bit, guys. It's just going to be very difficult with the volume at the minute. But anyway, let's see. In the meantime, guys, let me say g'day to those of you in the chat. Tony Gold, g'day to you. Starting with YouTube. Franco, good morning to you, brother. Sebastian, hope you're well. My member, loyal member, hope you're well, brother. Carl F, morning to you. Bartman, yep, appreciate it if you could give it a like. And Dre, gold is 30 pip spread. No news. What is the spread? That's a thank you for bringing that up. IC markets is, look, it's a little bit all over the shop, but for the most part below 2 pips by the looks of it. Yeah, it's about between well, here we go. Yeah, it's up to about 3. Between 0.8 of a pip and 3 pips, so who knows what's going on. In the meantime, TikTok, Gregors, thank you for the stickers, mate. Appreciate it. Welcome to the 60 of you on stream in a minute. Thank you to the 90 followers. Not going to get through all the names, but I will go through the chat, see if I have missed anything. Don't forget to like, and also think about jumping across to the YouTube stream at some point. Gregors, thank you for sharing the stream as well. Lekka, should I buy gold now? I don't feel it is the right time at the minute. We need to let it cool off a little bit. Abresh, welcome to you. Bruce, the song playing back. Not sure which one, but they're all pretty good. Dom, 3-year time frame trust. I'm extremely bullish on gold. I've been calling for gold to be. How long have I been saying gold will go to 4K this year? Didn't know. I thought it'd be a little bit later on. It's come a bit earlier. How long have I been an advocate for silver at all-time highs, and it is smashed through the all-time high against every major currency? Happy to see it pull back, and it is becoming more difficult to buy it. I'm a big proponent of silver to accumulate physical, but it is becoming scarce. I had a look at my bullion dealer this morning online, and their stock is very, very low of 1 ounce coins and bars. I wouldn't personally buy anything less than 1 ounce. I just don't think it's worth it. Premium you're paying on it's not really worth it. But yeah, so I'm happy to see it pull back a bit, to be honest, because then I might be able to get in slightly better price. But I've been buying silver since it's around $22 US, 20 US dollars roughly, and it is more than double that. Back to the gold. Tommy, buy or sell? Nothing at the minute. Yasmin, when you catch the buy and sell live on TikTok, you have, or Bruce? That's where I took it this morning. 41.56. Took a buy or sell? Well, what's your bias? Bias is still very bullish here. Yasmin, entry 4107, exit 4180. Nice one. Didn't get to 4180 on this particular broker, but it looks like you've picked the absolute top. If that is to be the case, well done. Justin, like you know, mate, seems like it's going to be a sell day. Yeah, good luck with that. It could, but I don't trust sells. We're in a big strong uptrend. And you got sells from 4180. I'm not sure why exactly. Why you exit it first of all 4180, and why you automatically open to sell, but well done. Nonetheless, I'm not going to knock it. Okay, I'm down 250. Should I exit? You should have an exit plan when things go against you. So don't hold on your hope. You need to know when you want to exit the trade, when it is no longer valid in your opinion. Now guys, it's one thing I want to mention to the team. There'll be a video dropping on YouTube about an hour and a bit perhaps after today's stream, and it is to do with, first of all, it's testing out the interruption candle entries, something that you hear me refer to quite often on the stream. Those who are wondering what it is, make sure to, first of all, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and make sure to have your notification bells picked, and look out for that video to drop about an hour or so after today's stream, maybe 45 minutes to an hour. after today's stream, and it's also going to showcase this absolute cracking piece of work. This is Forex Tester Online. There's a special offer for my members as well, well, anyone who watches the video. What I also thought I'd do, guys, is while we wait for entries, I thought it might be a good idea to actually practice. I'm not sure how you guys feel about that, but I feel there's nothing wrong with you know, the more data you gather under your belt, the better. So I thought that perhaps we could run a little sim session at the same time, if you guys are okay with that. Dial, Nguyen. The one I use, I'll type it into the chat for you. It's okay, it's good broker. I don't get any kickbacks from it, so I'm not an introducing broker. As an Australian resident, it's very difficult for me to be so. But that's who I use, so whether they use them or not, it's totally up to you. Franco EU sells. Yeah, if you already took it, it would have been okay. No upper wick though. Let me send you guys a link, by the way, my team. Bruce took buy support 41.56. Okay, holding on. All right, interesting. TP was at 160. Lee Mackie, nice one. Anyone know what caused this drop? No idea. That's what I'm trying to figure out as well. I was setting up the stream and all of a sudden I saw gold a dump. This is solo buy. In a minute, I'm still looking for buys, but I need the market to cool down a bit because our stop loss is just, it's massive. It's too big as a scalper. I would need to go with extremely low lot size and it would hardly be worth it, to be honest. I'm talking about cutting it down by probably 80%. Purely because the fact of that the stop loss is about you're looking at 6-7 times more than what it usually would be. What happened to market? No idea. Trying to work it out too. Let's have a look at Forex financial juice, sorry, see if there was any mention of anything here. Was it German CPI just released? Oh, there was too. Not sure why it's listed as yellow folder here. Payment count change as well for the pound. I wouldn't think that would impact, and it was before that either way. So that wouldn't really impact. I was having a look at the silver. I wasn't sure the silver futures ticker symbol. Reason being is because when silver was shitting the bed, it actually stopped trading on a lot of the brokers on Forex Factory. Sorry, on TradingView. So I had a look at the futures because there is a bit of a discrepancy between the silver futures price and the spot price here. And it's unusual because it is to the downside. We have the silver futures contracts lower than the spot price, which is not often, you know, you rarely see that. Been a bit of a halt to the Colmex, I think it is, the Colmex markets when it comes to delivery of silver. The reason why at this stage, why the futures could be lagging behind the spot price is because the demand for physical is through the roof at the minute. A lot of there's going to be a lot of major players who get exposed in this move on silver to the upside, especially if it continues. They will try their best to pull it back. To be honest, I hope it does pull back because I want to still accumulate a lot more before it takes off. Still have conviction in it, so I still will DCA personally into spot silver, or not spot silver, physical silver. That is my plan. Gold, all right, so we closed back strong bearish here in the M15. I'm not selling it. Stop loss is huge, and I would rather look for buy opportunities at the minute. Is this sell buy JB at the moment? I'm still looking for buys. Nothing is on foot yet. just suddenly happened. There is room that silver is another gold. What do you think? I've been calling silver for how many years? My team will know. How many years have I been mentioning to get on board silver? Silver will, it has outpaced gold. It is up more percentage wise this year than gold. Let's quickly look at it. I had a look at it with my team yesterday, but I'm sure I made a mistake. Because I think you'll find that silver is outpacing gold this year. So this is January. All right, so we're looking from that point there. Oh, all right. Let's do this once again. All right, so gold is up 60, over 60%. Let's have a look at silver now. So from around here. Silver is up 85%, just about 84.7%. So it's outpacing silver. Generally speaking, I mean, it's obvious we're in a big, strong uptrend when it comes to gold. But when there's a full-on metals bull market, generally you're going to start to see silver outpace gold. Reason being is because it's a lot smaller market cap. Obviously, it's a lot smaller asset class. Doesn't take as much to move it, but it tends to pump a lot more and it tends to dump a lot more too. So it's kind of like the altcoin of, it's kind of like the Ethereum of the precious metal market, silver and platinum. Gold is obviously the Bitcoin, but crazy moves, and I've been calling it for how long? Those who watch the stream regularly, happy to see it finally pump, but to be honest, I don't want to go too hard just yet because I want to accumulate some more. Jamie, news today. As far as schedule news, I mean, we've had high impact, depending on what news provider you're looking at. Recently had high impact news for the pound and the euro. Moving forward into the NY session, let's quickly take a look. Nothing scheduled, but again, anything could break. There is so much going on these days, so be wary of the news. Is it gold? Yes. That candle should go up no matter what. Should, could, would. When it comes to trading, have no expectations. I generally think if gold skyrockets like this, then at some point silver and palladium will go. Yeah, palladium's another one for sure. Copper not as much. I mean, it still will likely move, but it's not a precious metal. Copper is an industrial metal. So if shit hits the fan, copper will cop it on the punt, but it will cop it quite a lot. Reason being is because there won't be as much things going on in regards to, you know, building and things like that if the markets are suppressed and we go into a bear mode. Dinan, do I think gold will go lower, higher? I think gold will continue bullish. I really believe gold is on a mission to numbers which people don't anticipate. I believe gold will be at some point will be at 10, 15, 20k. I'm not saying it's happening anytime soon, guys. I've been calling 4k for God knows how long now. We've reached that. Gold is just going to continue bullish. It will continue. It will have its pullbacks, obviously, just like anything else. If we go into full-on bear market, gold will be affected and won't be spared, but it will likely correct a lot quicker. Once people look for places to park their cash in, they're likely going to go to the metals, not going to chuck it into Bitcoin and all that type of stuff, the Nasdaq, all those things, because they're going to crash and crash hard when shit eventually hits the fan. Dinan, do you think it's a bullish trend? Don't know. What do you think? Personally, what do you think? Looking at that, what do you guys reckon? You reckon we're in an uptrend or downtrend? You tell me. You guys tell me. What happens gold? Pav? No, again, no idea. Okay, what should I do as a young Aussie starting trading? I'm doing paper trading right now. Continue to practice, continue to learn a particular edge that resonates with you. It might be, you know, day trading, could be swing trading, could be micro scalping, could be scalping, whatever it is. Just learn something. If it resonates with you and you can make it work, fantastic. We know what to know. If you can make it work, you really need to give it a go over a lengthy period of time. Or what you need to do is, and you know, I'm not, again, I get a bit of a kickback, not much, but you need to get yourself a simulator. And you can practice and practice and practice and gather data a lot quicker. So this is Forex Factory, guys. So not Forex Factory, it's Forex Tester Online. And what I've been doing is testing out a strategy that we call the interruption candle entry here. And why I like it is because we can just skip through until we get the pattern. So literally we've got one just there. So the interruption entry, guys, for those who aren't familiar, is when we have an impulse followed by a pause against the impulse. It can be strong, it can be weak. It's just one candle closing in the opposite direction to the initial impulse, only to be followed by a candle that closes back engulfing. And this is what I call the continuation IC entry. So what that means is it's the following candle, not 5 candles later, not the 2 candles later. It's literally the following candle after the pause candle, which engulfs. It has to close a minimum of 10 pips plus above that bearish candle, the pause candle, in order for it to be valid. If that's the case, what I do is, for my favorites tools here, what I can do is just click on the risk to reward, make sure I've got the magnet tool on, drag that across, and obviously that would be a stop loss. That will be, the target will be, well, realistically I would target the next level of resistance, but 1-to-1 would be first TP. And all I can do now is I right click, open limit order, and set the risk to whatever I want it to be. I'll set it to 1.5, place the order, and it's automatically set. We can see in our pending order section here, we have our market or our pending order set. And now what you can do is you can fast forward until order execution. So you can right click on the actual order in the pending orders tab here, go to order execution. And there we go, we're into the trade. Now switch over to our open position panel, and we can watch it print either in real time, literally tick for tick, every bit of data that printed in that particular time, or you can watch, or you can speed it up as fast as you want, or you can skip candles yet again, guys. So again, if you want to practice your edge and if you want to know if you can make it work for you, this is a fantastic toolkit to do so. Again, I will have a video drop about an hour or so, 45 minutes to an hour after the stream. Let's just shift through candles, guys. All right, so almost at TP1. Let's see, TP1 almost took us out, but nonetheless. So generally speaking, 1-to-1 is TP1 here. Stop loss is about 18 pips. We're in at 14. We can see here, 14 pip profit at the minute. Follow along just here. So plus 100, that's points, but it's 14 actual pips. So let's just continue it. Once it gets to that, what did I say? 18 pips, I think was stop loss. Gets to 18, we go to break even and secure TP1. So just watching it down here, got very, very close to it. To be honest, I would be at break even, irrespective. Yeah, so I'd be break even. So what you can do is right click, move stop loss to break even, and now it's moved to break even, and you can just let it run. So we can continue to play it. Looks like it could potentially come back down to take out the run. Yeah, so taking out break even on that one. That's an example of Forex Tester, guys. We can do some more testing, not chasing this gold sell, guys. The stop losses are massive, and I'm not sure what the hell is going on at the moment in the markets. So I'm just chilling, letting the markets play out for a bit. GG up to everything is reversing at the minute. Everything is dying. Tell you what, dump. I want this thing to dump. I will buy silver live on stream. Physical silver. All right, sorry guys, sorry to neglect the chat. Learning family, gold sell off, profit taking after Hamas ceasefire. I'm not sure if it's to do with that, but anyway, UK unemployment too. Nev, yeah, I'm not sure if it really would impact gold. Generally speaking, it doesn't. Obviously, it's a US play pair. Gold snapping up in gold is still going up. Exactly. I've been saying it all along. It's still in a big, strong uptrend. This is nothing. Would not be at all concerned. Junda, hello to you. A.C.T, could you give your insight into GU? GU, I can have a look at GU for you. Again, as with gold, as with everything else, at the minute I would just let things chill because it is, I'm not sure what's going on, but we are dumping weekly bearish, daily bearish counter probabilities, but at support. Wow. Also bearish, approaching, fast approaching support. We'll just mark that level in. Resistance, we can mark in that whole level for the time being, and let's make our way down to the M30, and we can see we are still bullish now actually on the M30. I would argue we're bullish. So off the back of that, I would wait for it to pop back down to 132.80 and see how price reacts to that psychological number, 132.750. And if it does form support and give you some sort of price action catalyst from above that 132.80, I would preference a buy, to be honest. Just because if you're not in a sell, you're a little bit too late to it. I'd be waiting for the buy options, and otherwise I'd be trading a range, waiting for it to pop back up and look to sell. Anything above this resistance is decent for a buy option, so I'd be looking above 133.653 for any continuation buys for a distance off that. Prior to that, we want to see price triggering some sellers at the resistance, trap those sellers, pop above, retest, and then look for your buy option. So that is GU. Otherwise, something like that for the sell. Is there continuation sells? No, you've got some more support a little bit further down. You want to be below. Yeah, you really want to be below this level. That's my opinion, nonetheless. All right, back to TikTok. Apologies, guys. Johnny and Gillen, why did it crash? No idea. Where do I go for news? Any tips? Except Forex Factory, Financial Juice is a pretty good one. More quick with the breaking stuff. I have China rugged. Yeah, anticipate chart long time ago. Share my mate. Fantastic. Ben, is this because of the peace in the Middle East? No idea. If that was the case, was that not yesterday? I would have thought it would dump yesterday. When do you think gold will start to rise? Harry, again, I mean, amongst all this, when will it start to rise? It's been rising for, I don't know how many years now. Really, since $1,000, it's been rising for the best part of about 6-7 years. Talking about when will it continue? Well, see where it forms support. As far as the level of resistance, we want to be above this bearish wick here at 41.3352, but it's all going to come down to stop loss, guys, because at the minute, 5-minute candles are forming $14 moves, so 140 plus pip stops based off a 5-minute candle. You just need to chill. Harry Dawson, downtrend also. When I think gold will go into the downtrend once it flips in structure on a higher time frame, so we're far off doing that. I don't see it happening anytime soon. What's a good broker to use? One I use, I'll type into the chat. I don't get any kickbacks from it, so it's up to you. You can have a look at it and not affiliated with any broker. Mercy, looking to buy at 40, 55 and about 40, 55. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad area. At Xness, O'Brien 46 says, okay, when should I start applying to get funding accounts and what firm should I use? Look, that's entirely up to you. I wouldn't do so until you're competent, consistent in doing, you know, on a live chart or even demo trading, paper trading, and you've got the data to suggest that you are capable. Because the issue is with these funded accounts and these prop firms, they're so strict with their rules. And you may not have realized you breached a rule, but they'll come back to say to you, you have. So you need to be so strict with things. And another good thing with Forex Tester Online, guys, and not to toot its horn, I am tooting its horn though, you can practice a prop challenge. So you can simply click on prop challenge up here, and you can choose either instant funding is the one they go through, or you can choose a custom challenge where you can set the parameters in accordance to any of the prop firms that you want to try. You can trade any of the symbols, guys. You can trade, it's not just these. They've got every pair under the sun. They've got crypto as well. They've got over 200 crypto. So let's just type in XAUUSD. There you go. And you could pick whatever size account you wanted to test out on the prop firm challenge. Whatever the profit target is, maximum daily loss, maximum daily total loss, total loss, so on and so forth. That is a really good, unique feature with the Forex Tester Online software here. So you can test out your prop firm challenge prior to trying out, so prior to risking your money, because you still have to pay for it, so it still is risking money. So it is a really good thing about Forex Tester Online. You can also import your trade history from your broker, and what it will do is, let me just click on this. It will tell you what your if you click on the analytics tool down here, it'll tell you what it recommends you need to improve on, tell you what it recognizes as your strengths, is obviously your total trades, all your parameters here, all your performance metrics, which is a really unique feature. It's telling me here, obviously the calendar, what days I was profitable, what days I was in a drawdown. Overall, it's got the profit, which is so just under 4% in a couple of weeks here of this particular testing session. Again, it's a really unique feature. But again, if you are interested, guys, and you are wanting to trial a prop firm challenge, there is nothing wrong with testing yourself out first. So once again, the video will drop not long after the stream. There will be a special discount code for my guys who are interested. And if you want to know more, feel free to send me a DM. I get like nothing. I get like 10%. So helps me out, helps you guys out. Z-Lung, when am I trading DAX? No. That is nuts. Actually, what has gone on with DAX? If gold shit the bed, be moving, but obviously with a little bit more structure than gold to the downside. Gold just dumped. DAX is creating some pullbacks. Then Atala got to be because of peace, potentially, but gold just does its own thing. Gold will continue bullish. It will be a short-lived pullback. It is not affected so much by the news anymore. Gold is just doing its own thing these days. And personally, if you ask me to predict, I believe we still go higher. Doesn't mean I buy it, because I'm a trader. I react to what I see. I don't have confirmation to buy it just yet, but I do believe we still go higher. Mitch, yeah, gold is wilding. Mitch, be interesting to see if rare earths becomes a long-term. That's one more thing, guys. I've been calling that for, I don't know if anyone remembers, earlier this year I made mention of a particular ETF, which I shared with my team members. A lot of them won't even remember what it was. The rare earths metals, Vanek rare earths metals. What is it worth these days? I've not checked it for a while. When I first mentioned it was $46, I think, a share. That's it, REMX. I forgot what the ticker was for it. Wow. I didn't even get on it myself, to be honest. Oh, man. I called it 46. It's at 76. There you go. It's almost doubled. Probably about, what, 70% increase since. So, unreal. Yeah, rare earth metals is still, I think it's a really good play, to be honest, as well. There's a lot of accumulation of rare earth metals from likes of China. Russia is obviously, I think they have the most out of any country in the world, and obviously with the war going on there, it means it's more scarce and more difficult to attain rare earth metals. So naturally, by laws of supply and demand, it's been going up. Okay, what's the site you're using called? This is TradingView, my friend. The one where it comes to the testing is Forex Tester Online. Just send me a DM if anyone is interested. I'll give you the promo code for those on TikTok. YouTube, it's down in the description below. And once again, there will be a video dropping not long after the stream. I will also upload it to TikTok. Might not be today. It might be today. I'll see. Back to Matrix. Yeah, big seller. Pablo, gold dumping means shift in trust back to stocks. Should we? No, I don't believe it means that. I don't believe it means that at all, to be honest. It's just it's a bit of a correction more than anything. I think people are jumping the gun here. I don't think gold's just going to dump to, you know, crash completely. And we should all know by now, gold can correct itself plus more very, very quickly. So let's just let it play out for a bit. Personally, I'm not chasing stocks. I'm not in any stocks. Still believe silver is much better play than stocks. Fact. Actually, just in case I get a ban, I won't look at it on live stream. Rowley art, silver. And I'm not talking about paper silver, I'm not talking about ETFs, although I would not actually mind getting involved in like a silver miner ETF. I think they're starting to take off, to be honest, the silver stocks. Personally, it's physical silver. So I'm talking about bullion, coins, bars. You know what? Stop it. I'll have a look. This is what I mean. If I get a ban, you guys got to shift over to YouTube stream. Exact same profile name, guys. This is what I'm talking about. Physical stuff. I just buy whatever the lowest premium stuff is. This is obviously an Australian local bullion dealer. Not too far from my house. And I just buy the lowest premium. So they've dropped a fair bit because I was looking at this a couple hours ago and we're talking about $90+ for 1 ounce back below, which is pretty good. So it means I will pick up. So I just filter from price range. On the phone it's different. Price on the phone you can filter from lowest to highest value. So I literally just go through and find whatever lowest premium. So it's like I'm going to be Perth Mint kangaroos, and I just buy. And that's my belief. I have conviction in it. So that's what I'll likely be doing again after the stream. Is it possible to is it not possible to invest without holding physical? It is. You can buy unallocated. I don't store my physical holdings at home. I've got like a few coins just because it's cool. Like literally is one. I shouldn't be touching with my fingers because you get oil on it and it will spoil the metal after a while, or it can. So this is silver, guys. This is, I don't know if you can see it, that is 99.9949 silver. That's what I'm talking about. That's the kangaroo. That's what I just showed you on the screen before. Sorry, I've read that. Rally up. Oh wow, so you're actually investing. Yep. MH, yes I do. Not as much, but my plan is once the ratio of silver to gold, as far as how many ounces of silver it takes to buy an ounce of gold, comes back down towards that 20 to 30, which I do believe it eventually will, I will just sell out into gold, literally. And it's easy enough to do it at my bullion dealer. I can literally go into the shop. Of course, you pay a little bit of a premium, but I can exchange it for gold. I will keep a little bit of silver. At the minute, it's about 75 or 78 to 1, I think. It was over 100 only a few months back. So it is very fast, very quickly, obviously decreasing the ratio. Users, what am I looking at? Well, that was literally a silver coin. I don't have any, I don't keep gold here. I do have quarter ounce coins somewhere, but yeah, I'm not going to dig that out just now. G, g'day to you. Yep, it did take a bit of a dump. What was that today's giveaway? It costs more to ship than what it's worth, to be honest. Actually, no. Well, actually, it's worth a lot more than what it used to be. It's 78 Australian dollars an ounce. Shipping registered post will be about probably 15 or 20 dollars. So, no, I'm a stingy bastard. I'm not giving away my metal, not for anyone. Only my boy. That's it. My little son. Andrew, g'day to you. It's kind of strange we have digital cryptocurrency now, but still the safest bet is metal. Just like, yeah, it is. It stood the test of time, guys. I mean, the Romans used to trade it, didn't they? Yeah, crypto. There is a place for it. I personally am not vested in crypto at the moment. I'm out. I feel that there's better alternatives. I do believe silver is my biggest play, and it's a lot safer. Crypto, any point. I mean, it's so easy to be scammed, to be hacked, the government to turn off your or anything digital and claim that it's all disappeared. It sounds, you know, far-fetched, but it could happen, guys. So I don't trust the crypto so much at the minute. It doesn't mean I won't get in. I'm waiting for things to drop, to be honest. If I was awake, not that I would have been filled, not that any of these orders would have been filled, but when XRP dropped to 70 cents, I would have been trying to buy it. Almost sold my house for it, to be honest. I would have tried to, but you likely wouldn't have had the liquidity to be filled on any order. Ethereum as well dropped a fair bit. So I'm not too sure if it's still any, you know, worth anything, to be honest, as far as a altcoin. If there's any future value. I've not kept up to date with it, to be honest. The crypto used to be big, but I've not kept up to date for a long time now. So you guys tell me, what is the #1 altcoin at the minute? Let me know, guys. YouTube, TikTok, give me your thoughts on the crypto markets. What should I keep an eye on for the long term? Not talking about trading wise, I'm talking about for the long term. Rally out, yes, I do believe gold is always a safe bet. Again, my personal opinion of gold is that we get to 10k possibly by the end of the decade, and 15 to 20k maybe by mid 2030. User, no, I'm not buying USD. To be honest, I don't trust fiat at all. I'd rather just buy precious metals. Dark Angel, no idea. We still have no idea what made it fall. Kian, you're going to drop to 40.60 before reverse. Well, there's a lot of accumulation in around this 40.60 zone, 40.70. So yes, potentially. MH, I've never looked at silver. Is it high or low? It is at all-time highs as well, but the upside potential in silver, I think, well outweighs gold. Against the US dollar, it's just recently created its all-time high, literally a couple days back. This week is when it's created. Oh, actually last week, towards the end of last week, it created its all-time high. Previously it was $49 around here back in 2011. Against all the other major currencies, it's been well above. It's been at its all-time high for well over a year now. As far as potential return, I do believe there is far greater return potential for silver as opposed to gold. Doesn't mean that gold's not a good investment. I do believe both are good long-term plays, but I would be, as far as if it got more of a risk tolerance, I'd be more inclined to look at silver. Silver will dump harder than gold. Obviously, it's a smaller market cap, so this recent dump, let's just measure it compared to gold. I think you'll find it's a lot bigger of a move. It dropped more than 5%, actually. That is a massive move, and that's in 15 minutes or 30 minutes, 40 an hour basically. Gold, obviously bigger market cap, up 2%, which is a massive move for gold as well. But if you have conviction and you know a little bit about it, which I do believe silver is still a really safe bet. I still believe gold is a safe bet as well. Michael, son, what happens to gold? No idea. Still have no idea what happened. Wall Street traders lifted stocks as the US and China signaled willingness to keep trade negotiations alive. Middle East tensions cooled while the artificial intelligence rally powered ahead. That was recently though, so yeah, no idea. Lines up with stocks decline as trade war fears raise risk aversion. So it's likely to do with a little bit of this. All right, so we've got just over 10 minutes until London Open, guys. Let's have a look at the volume, this candle. How wide is it? Wow. It's really not gonna be easy trading today, guys, because the stop loss is phenomenal. All right, so what we're going to do is shift. And this is just, again, it's one big zone of accumulation here. Wow, what to do? Tommy, all good, man. No worries, brother. Might catch you later. Hurley, thoughts on SESAI? No idea, to be honest, my friend. Never heard of it. User should buy silver right now. What? You're talking about physical, or you're talking about with margin? With leverage, I mean. Not margin, with leverage. To be honest, I want to buy literally right now. I have to do this off screen because it's going to share my details, so I can't do that. To be honest, that is the most I've ever paid for an ounce of silver. Hold on. There we go. All right. Phil, good day to you. Hope you're well, mate. Gee, maybe government back open. US, possibly, I'm not sure. Hurley, I'm in for 1500 from $1.70 now to 350. You're talking about SES? I have no idea what it is. Hurley, I do, mate. Between two chats between YouTube and this one. AMG waiting for 46 to retrace, then back up. Okay, fair enough. Boy 5, great name. I think yesterday they let a lot make money. Today stop loss hunt day. JJ, what's the call? What the call is? These stop losses are massive, so if you want to roll with like a 200 plus pip stop, lower lot size. There is no call at the minute. To me, this is very tricky at the moment. Thoughts on trading views? Thoughts on is in the platform trading view? It's a good platform. Nice and easy to charter. That's what you're asking. Just boys, respecting zone. Dion, everything's dropping a bit. Should I sell now? Just because things are dropping doesn't mean you sell. What are you in? What's your plan? You should have a plan. Reversal starting. MH just bagged over 100 pips. Yusuf buys Bitcoin crashing again. No idea. No idea what's been going on, to be honest, guys. Still nothing I can go off in regards to what has happened to crash gold, Bitcoin. I say crash. I mean, we're still above $4,100 here, so hardly a crash. User, but silver buys silver now on trading me. Trading wise, no. What's your confirmation? 15-minute engulfing, yeah, not a bad option. Is it at spot? Yes, it is. Again, stop loss is going to be huge. You could probably have your stop loss below the swing low here, and you could probably target the high again. Not what I'm going to be doing though. I don't trade it personally. I only accumulate it. Once again, I really want to dump more, to be honest. The more it dumps, the better. All right. It's over 3 minutes until session opening, guys, and there is not a great deal we can do at the minute. Take a look at UJ. Heard a lot of economists that I respect and listen to call for UJ to move upwards to around that 200 level. Today is an interesting one. Trading wise, I mean, to me it looks like I'd be looking for a pullback sell in a minute if it were me. Weekly's got no low wick as well, so there's still the possibility of it trading that low wick. Yesterday was obviously a Japanese bank holiday as well as a USD bank holiday, US bank holiday. Similar to what I mentioned before, I think it was GJ. And look at that, GJ's broken a low. So GJ, we have formed and confirmed a liquidity candle. So we previously prior to breaking a low of that bullish candle, what we had was a high, low, higher, high. Seeing we've broken a lot of that bullish candle, in my opinion, is a higher probability of us now continuing bearish. UJ is kind of lagging, but it looks quite similar. Still a way off though, breaking that low. Well, our structure is technically bullish here. So UJ looks to be more bullish, in my opinion, than GJ. 30-minute time frame here, and that is technically bearish in structure. Yeah, for UJ, it's the most recent support formed, and that is at the Asian session low. So if price was to attack those lows, begin to pop below it, could be options to take it back down towards at the weekly open and create that lower wick on the weekly. So I'd be looking for potential sell options, but however, having said that, we are quite bullish on the other time frame. So if we closed, have a look at a 15 here. Yeah, if we close strong here, closed out of the 30-minute / 15-minute consolidation, then that could be a good early option to take a buy. You can probably look for an entry above the candle's high and looking for price to retest current daily candles high back at obviously Asian range high. So that could be a potential option, but we have less than a minute remaining until session open. Is appearing to pull back at the minute. Now gold, again, the stop loss is way too wide, guys. Yeah, 250, 240, 234. So either way, it's way too wide. Looking at massive stop loss. Could be a good signal though. If it closed bullish engulfing, then normally that would be a buy signal for me. How's the 30 closing? To me, it looks like a decent buy, guys, but the issue is stop loss. It needs to create a low wick, an upper wick. Watching it now on my broker, how low is that low wick? If we were to buy stop the previous candle's high, you're looking at about 50 plus. Yeah, 50 plus pips. You could look to buy stop the high of that previous candle, guys. Previous bullish candle, which is 411302. 4132.2. Now, this current candle cannot drop too much further, because if that is to be the case, then the issue is stop loss is going to be way too wide. So it needs to pull up basically where we're currently at. And then I will look for a buy. $20. And the stop loss will be basically wherever the low of this candle is. And the first target will probably be, again, 1-to-1 in this particular case. And I would definitely lower the lot size. At this rate, we're looking at about 60 pip stop, 66, and it's lowering. If it gets more than 100, I'm not going to trade it, guys. It's just not worth it. Because it would not make any sense to secure anything other than a 1-to-1, because I'm gonna have to lower my lot size. So I'm talking about half at the minute, my usual lot size. We plot where we are currently at. So be an 82 pip stop. I'd go probably about a bit more than a third of my usual lot size. But if it drops any further, then I'm not bothering. We're looking about a 82 pip stop, so that's first target is around here. Again, really low lot size, guys. Drops any further, I will not look to take trade. Did I catch drop? No, I didn't. www saw. Behind, no reason for buy. No, there is reason for buy. It's at support. We've closed with long rejection wicks on the past two candles. We've got no upper wick on the current candle. We are still, in my opinion, very bullish. Target will be back near the high, but again, I would target 1-to-1 first, which is 41.21, roughly 50. Loss 35, 41.05, 35, 78 pip stop at the minute. 78, so we can drag that down. Yeah, that would be around the 1-to-1 roughly. Yeah, that's 79. You can drag it down another bit. Let's see now. The conditions is it cannot break its own low again and create much of a low wick, a deeper low wick, because then the stop loss is just moving way too far for my liking personally. Like we could be dropping a little bit further. Come on, hold up. Yeah, we're creating a lower low here. Alright guys, this is starting to get a little bit far-fetched in regards to stop loss. What is the stop loss now? Drop number 2 pips. 21.05 and so it's an 81 pip stop. All right, let's see. Going long at 445.5, Ben. Okay. Are we buying E? Potentially. Very difficult to manage. So once again, very low lot size, guys. Tell me stop loss will be below the entry candle. And it's a Y1, 81 pips. That's what I'm saying. Drop your lot sizes, guys. If you're risking 1%, stick to it, and it might not even be worth trading it. I've dropped it to like a third of my normal position size. And again, if the stop loss widens much more, I'm just not going to bother. What would be really nice if this 5 minute, even if it triggers in to the trade, if it closes strong bullish engulfing, then I believe that would be a really good indication that we're ready to continue. Any more justification for entry other than we reached off support, Kieran, and we are in a very big strong uptrend. We have obviously reached a level of accumulation here to the left hand side. We are again very strong bullish. The daily higher low, higher high, so perhaps we'll just pull back to create that lower wick on the daily, grab some downside liquidity, or to make move back up. We have, I think, just created more of a low low. We've formed a nice strong bullish candle on the 15. We've also had multiple wick projections off this level on the M30. Off the back of that, I do believe it would be a decent option. However, we just created more of a lower low. Not quite. Excuse me, guys. But again, likely going to be removing the order shortly. Yeah, we now definitely have. Yeah, it's too far fetched. I'm not going to take it, guys. Your stop loss is now over 100 pips. Yep, not interested. Removing the order, guys. It's not worth it. The stop loss is too wide. For me to take this position, I would go with like maybe not even a quarter of position size, and it's just not worth it. So rather let it reset, just let the markets chill a bit. It's obviously it's London Open. Perhaps whatever happened an hour or so ago has been filtered through. There's nothing wrong with just waiting for something you're more comfortable with. And watch it fly now. If it does, it does. It's not my trade. Thank you to new followers, everyone on TikTok. Guys, don't forget, if you are keen on a backtesting toolkit, you can trial your prop firm challenge prior to paying for a challenge. Test out Forex Factory online. They do have it free. I think you can test it for free. Gives you a month's data. I think it's only for EU though. Still, you can still get a feel for the actual platform. It is a really good platform. Again, I've been testing out certain entries. I will have a video drop not long after the stream. It will be on YouTube, likely be uploaded to TikTok soon as well, maybe even today. It just goes through the basics, and also the particular entry that I've been testing, which is the interruption candle entry. which is a popular one on the stream. It's one you often hear me talk about. So make sure to watch that video, because that will give away the secrets for those who have been wondering what the interruption play is and how to use it, what validates the entry. And also goes through obviously the features of Forex Tester Online. So one of the, again, the unique features is the analytical tool. It tells you all where, you know, things that suggest you could improve on, what your strengths are, all the performance metrics, calendar, or so on and so forth. There is plenty, and you can also upload your own full trading history from your broker, and it will give you suggestions as to what you could fix. It also give you your data metrics and all that. So it is a really good toolkit to use for those who want to level up on their strategy. And yes, I do get a little kickback. It's only like 10%, but if you're interested, there is a discount code, promo code for anyone who is interested. It is in the description below on YouTube, TikTok. If you DM me, I will share it with you. Harry, got to buy at 41.09. Stop loss at 40.90. All right. Well, as long as we remain above this zone anymore, it definitely needs to be above the zone, because where your stop loss is above the swing low. I mean, I still don't mind it, and you at least you got a stop loss, so you got a bit of a plan. What's your target? You're targeting the high again, or 1-to-1? 3L TAF. What is this? For why not just wait and look? I am waiting. Sam, name is Forex Tester Online. So I do have a link and also a discount code. So again, it will help me out, help you guys out, so you get a discount. Yeah, if you're interested, either jump onto the YouTube stream, and it is down in the description below. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. There is a video dropping not long after the stream. And also, if you don't do any of that, you can send me a DM and I'll happily share it with you on TikTok. Looks like I could be flipping you guys, but again, I've removed the order because stop loss is just way too wide. You're looking at some 100 and about, what, 104 plus pips. All right, so next potential option, if this closes weak bearish, guys, same scenario applies. I need a lower wick to form at the beginning of the new candle, and it has to be a small lower wick. I don't want it to be a massive one, and we're just going to have to trust stop loss on as the lower wick, sorry, of the next candle. We're gonna have to trust that for our stop loss, targeting a 1-to-1 for TP1 and targeting the high for actual full TP. So what I say the entry 41.12, 41.12 or 8. All right, and we can use the fib, and this is another, again, something you see unique to my trading. The low to the high, we can mark in a 0.382. If this closes above the 0.382, it suggests to me it's a weak bearish closure, and we perhaps may have grabbed downside liquidity. If the new candle begins to pop above the bearish candle's high, I do believe there's a high probability we could continue to the upside. So keep an eye on that, guys. We've got just under 30 seconds. If it closes at that point there, as long as the new candle is a low wick and it's a decent low wick, then I would be looking to buy it as it breaks its candle's high, but it's about to flip. I want it to close bullish. It's about to do it. Has to close back bearish, guys. Want it to provide that minor resistance. I mean, we've got it there. Close bullish. It's very tempting to buy it again. If it's dropped straight down, we have left multiple rip projections into this zone of accumulation to the left. I mean, you could look for a potential buy. You'd have to be in it. Literally be market executing probably just now. If you stop loss below low, and that's about 40 pips, targeting a 1-to-1, a little bit too quick. Yeah, that's what you could be looking at. I've not set the order, guys. just a little, everything's a little bit too quick at the minute. So that's what you'd be looking at, to be honest. You would have had to trust this as low wick very early into the candle. Targeting 1-to-1, you'd be well on your way. You'd be about close to 20 pips in profit if that's the case. Man, bloody quick, very, very quick. Yeah, I think that's about 30 pips just then. Yeah, if you are in it, I'd be at break even. Yeah, there's your TP. Wow. How quick is that? Unreal. Sam, it's not for free. There is a free version, gives you 1 month data on, I think it's EU, where you can practice, but after that you would need to pay. But again, if you want to level up, wow, gold is absolutely pumping if anyone took it. Andrew, volatility is back to normal, smaller time frames. I think this is normal. Wow, I'm not sure. To be honest, I don't. This is crazy volatility. Mihai DAX is dropping. Sorry, the chat's a script. I don't deliver parts for cars at the moment. Sam, hey man, I stopped training long time ago, but kind of missed it. Want to do it. A good strategy. Look at gold. We did call it, guys. Just bloody quick. You need to literally just market execute in these under these circumstances. Yeah. Well, Harry. Not Harry. Sorry, that was Sam. Yeah, you'll learn a lot just by watching the streams, mate. If you want to know more, feel free to DM me. Emma took profit, nice one. No stress at all. Absolutely no stress at all. Just would have been nice to claim it on stream. About that 80% win rate, so it's 79.75, so that probably would got it to right on 80 again. Harry took profit, nice one. Josh, new all-time high, likely at some point. Mr. Nonchalant, looking at shorts now. Yeah, I believe it's very crazy. So I was saying I was only looking for buys. Okay, 80 Louise, should I close it? Depends what your target is, depends what your entry and all that is. I mean, it's already hit the 1-to-1, so you should have taken profit. Or you are on a loss, are you? Or the other comment. Mr. Nonchalant, sometimes you need to close in a loss because you need a stop loss. Something you're not always going to win. Licit. The time by the dip moment. Probably a little bit too late. Harry, you're targeting 4180. Yep, fair enough. Josh, US government still shut down. Gold keeps reaching all-time high. I believe so, but I've not really kept up to date with it, to be honest. Die, new one. Nice one, mate. Good work. It's good to see some of you managed to get involved. Yeah, it just made sense because the wick rejections at this level, and also the way this candle flipped towards the end, giving a long lower wick, that if we create a lower wick and begin to break the high, it's likely to give us enough for a 1-to-1. So I think we learned quite a lot on this stream so far today, guys. We learned about what I believe is a bit of a liquidity grab here on gold and what these wicks suggest, and that to me is a classic reversal pattern. We learned also about obviously Forex Tester itself and how it can benefit you, and also how you can use it to test yourself out on a prop firm challenge prior to paying for it. So good bit of toolkit for those who really want to level up. And we learned about my thoughts on the precious metal market, especially silver, and why I'm still accumulating it. Mr. Nonchalant, I hear you buy in this instance. Gold is only going up right now. For me, gold has been up for a long time. Uzi, can I check you, Jay? I had a look at it before. It's just consolidating. So what I mentioned was I wanted to close above this area consolidation. About to do so. So yeah, just choppy price action at support. You really need a clear confirmation of price moving away from it. You do have an IC candle just here. I'd be hesitant to sell it though, because the price is bullish. I would prefer to sell the pullback. However, that would definitely be something I would consider the interruption. But a lot of that bullish candle is a potential sell entry point, but I'm not sure if you got the margin. What I did mention was continuation sells look better to me. Is back below this support, so if price was to pop below it, trap those buyers, so pop back up and then pull back, rejecting that previous support, confirming resistance, is a good chance for hanging down to 151.20. Otherwise, again, you just want to start to clear this whole area, so let it make a nice move out of it, break the high low, and then potentially look for the buy option. That's my personal opinion of it. There goes gold. Just out of here news about stocks and crypto. The lives. Oh, did people like really? I didn't even know about that. I know it was a lot of people got margin called on it, were liquidating that on positions, but I mean that's part of crypto. You shouldn't be, you know, over invested if you can't afford to lose what you've got on the table. So as sad as it is, I mean, you always need to be wary of the worst case scenario and what could happen, not wreck yourself. And crypto is extremely manipulated. I mean, stocks, yeah, they also obviously did crash. Wow. How's the volatility on gold and silver at the minute? Uzi, all good. Josh, one influencer liquidated at I think 30 million. Wow. But what are they doing? What do they not have stop losses? Because obviously they would have been some significant profit. Maybe it's a bit of greed as well. KSS, should we buy? You know, called the potential option. If you're quick enough to execute, you would have got a nice trade. If not, just need to wait. Wow. Tough work. Josh found lifeless in his Lamborghini. I think he put max leverage because of what they say, Bora. Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? It sounds to me if he was in a Lamborghini, he's likely, yeah, probably being a bit greedy. Probably never planned for what could, you know, be the worst case scenario, which you definitely need to when it comes to crypto. So that's why I always say only invest what you can afford to lose, because it's definitely the wild west. I've experienced it all through crypto. It got to the point I just actually need the cash at that time. Every time I sell it, it pumps. Still made a bit of a return on my last exit of the crypto markets, but yeah, silver is where I'm parked at the moment. Charlene, where are you looking to enter? So we did call it buy here on the flip of this candle to break the high of that candle, stop loss below low. If you're not in, there is no trade at the minute. You're probably looking for, see how price reacts to that resistance, trigger in some sellers, wipe the sellers out, close above, and there's your potential option, take it back up to the high. That's your next potential entry here. Otherwise, I think it's a bit of a wait. Ah man, gold. KWS, I said, and again, mate, if you're not in the bar, you're a bit late. Charlotte, all good. Man, Suray 04, why do you see it going back up? Why? Well, there's plenty of reason as to why it could bounce off this level. Left multiple rejections into an area of accumulation. We are in a massive uptrend. Huge uptrend. And we closed a strong bullish candle followed by a liquidity candle that left a long lower wick, and then it's closed right near its high at the end of it. It's just once again to grab downside liquidity in order to push back up. So to me, there were plenty of reasons to buy it at that point. Whether or not you were being quick enough is another story, but that's what I was seeing. And look at it, absolutely pumping. So the call was absolutely correct, and good to see some of you took advantage of it. Hill, Michigan, nice one. Marco operates like a magnet. Zoe. Like a magnet? Yeah, it gets drawn back to areas of liquidity. That's true. Running 220 pips. Well done. Upper user is TP at the top of the... Yes. That's the overall TP. But again, 1-to-1, which is well and truly been achieved, you would have secured some partials. Gold Train, I'm happy for you, mate, but you can go forth and multiply, my friend, and you can exit the stream and you will never be back on the stream. So just quickly, guys, if anyone messages you from the stream saying that they can turn your cash into millions or whatever, run for the mountains. Do not reply to them. And if anyone messages you claiming to be me, and block them. It's not me. It is definitely not me. I've had a few people say you try to scam me. I've not tried. I do not contact anyone directly. If you want to contact me, you initiate contact. You send me a DM and I happily reply. I will never initiate contact with anyone. So if you do believe someone is trying to interpret me, report, block them. Do not respond. This is not me. If you want to know anything about anything I do, or if you just want to say g'day, feel free to message me. I reply to every message. Man, Saray, I think it will drop back down to 41.35. You know, think go back up, you mean? Unless you're looking at futures. No name, all good, mate. How are you? Saba entry would have had to have been here, just above that candle. You call it. Man, sorry, I think. Yeah, I read that. No name, doing well. Nice one. This USD mirror. I think you mean gold at all. Let's have a look at the DXY, because DXY for the most part has been going up of late, and everyone says if DXY goes down you buy gold, if DXY goes up you sell gold. That's why I always say don't pay so much attention to it. Just focus on the chart that you're trading. So if you're trading XAUUSD, don't worry about what DXY is doing for the most part, because the majors have been selling off. So DXY over the past week, it's been quite strong. Gold too has been quite strong. So you could have got yourself, you know, a little bit of a pickle if you thought DXY is going up. So you just sell gold. Look at you now, unless you're just in on that drop. So I always say, guys, don't believe everything you hear. In my opinion, it doesn't make that much of a difference. You don't need to keep an eye on DXY so much. If you trade gold, trade it, especially as a scalper. No name, when do you stop trading for Christmas break? Usually around mid-December. Usually around 18th, 19th December. Do you find that price doesn't move as normal during that time? This time or around that Christmas break? Because around that break, yes, it doesn't. It tends to, again, you have wide stop losses in that because it doesn't take as much to move the markets. There's not as much liquidity in the markets. Good luck. Good day to you. I'm going to sell an EU. Should I extend my TP main swing low? Again, you need to have a plan as to what your target is. If you're asking my opinion, you're at a swing low here, so the Asian session low will be my target. You want to leave a run into the next swing low? Up to you. I'd be targeting the Asian lows. And Saray, 30-minute candle close bullish on XAUUSD. Most definitely did. But that was the move. So if you're not in it, I would suggest let it reset. Now, if this closed back weak bearish, same issue applies. Stop loss. Will stop loss at minutes can be way too wide. So we'll see how this candle closes. If it closes weak bearish, then it's the exact same scenario as well as looking at here. Need to wait for the low wick to form on the next candle, and if it's not too wide of low wick, I'd be buy stopping high of the current, which will be the previous M15. Sava, which candle you mean for your entry? I missed just here above this candle sign. Price tapping into zone of accumulation multiple times, leaving long wicks to the downside. Strong 15-minute closure here. Long wick rejection on that candle. Flip back bullish right at the end of the candle. Need to wait for a lower wick, and as a pro, there's a good chance you're heading up to at least the 1-to-1, which happened in pretty much no time. No name. All good, mate. Would you consider buys in gold? No, because again, I think this was the move. So I let it reset. A weak pause, potentially now in the 15. SB events are long. Okay. Wish you luck. We called a cracker on gold there. Good to see some of you did take advantage of it. Destimate, good day to you, mate. Hope you're well. Welcome. All good? Nice one. Yeah, all good, mate. All good. HZFX. Personally, yes. That would be the target. First trade call was a nice trade just above that particular candle. And what we're waiting for is something similar here. It represents, prefer it to close weak bearish. Now let's look at the 5-minute time frame here as well. So we've got a little bit of minor resistance. Now we've still got a fair bit of time left on the M15. Got just over 9 minutes. Once again, want this 15 to close back weak bearish. FXM, what I think of BTC, I still think it's bullish. When we're talking about the high time frame picture, long-term perspective. Look at it bounce after this dump back down to 102. I did mention a while back, as long as we're really above 100, I think we're safe to continue bullish on BTC. Daily looks like we still could head back down towards that 108 sort of region, 107. So that could be a good level to accumulate or to place some limit order buys perhaps around that point if you're looking at longer term picture. 4 hour, yeah, that looks pretty good in my opinion as well. The 4 hour is technically bearish. The 4 hour begins to pop above 116, then we're retesting the all-time high. There's a good chance that that would be the case. So be looking for the buys above. Now there is support above that 108 region, around that 110 psychological round number. So you could maybe even layer in around that 110. But personally, I'd be more focused on that 108 for a potential bounce and for an area to look for some potential buys from. I wouldn't be chasing the sells at the minute. I think you're a little bit too late if you're not involved in sells. If I was to sell it, I'd probably go down to the minor time frame here, the 15, and I'd be waiting for pull back towards that 113.50 and see how price reacts to that. If it does reject, then I would preference sell options from below that point there. And if we did begin to pop above it, we do have some clean traffic to the left once again to target the old, well, actually not the all-time high, 115 region. But yeah, I'd definitely be focused on that 110, 110,000 and 108,000 levels for price to potentially pull back to and look for some support to form, a little bit of structure to form before looking for some potential buy options. Unless you want to maybe layer in with some limit orders. Once again, I'd probably have more of a position targeted for that 108. Wow, gold. Gustavo, you mean maybe 4109? Is in what? 4109. Answer A. I think pullback was to remove buyers. Flush out some liquidity, perhaps. But again, we're very bullish, so I'd still be favoring the upside. FXM, all good. First, what are you waiting for on gold? Well, first I'm waiting for, again, triggering some sells, which it looks like we're potentially doing so. We need to wait just under 6 minutes. Big call of buy from here, which was a nice quick trade. If this closes weak bearish, similar scenario to this, we close above the 0.38. Suggest it's a weak candle, and that perhaps just a bit of a liquidity grab. Now I'm going to draw it from the open in this case to the low. I'm going to flip it around. Got it the wrong way around here. 0.382. So we want to be closing above that region, 0.382. And if that is the case, then again, I suggest that we've grabbed some downside liquidity. We've begun to break the high of that bearish candle on the following candle, so long as we had a decent low wick, but not a huge low wick. We don't want it to be again around that 100 pip stop. If we can keep it to around that 50, similar to this one here, that could be another re-entry as price begins to break above this bearish candle's high. Bearing in mind, it will be coming to the closure of the hourly, so it needs to trigger in quite quickly. If it takes too long, if it begins to lag, I would just wait for the hourly personally. And that would be if it gives you a bullish engulfing candle, again, that's a pretty quality signal, but I would likely call it a stream at that point, to be honest. Xaba, waiting for Oh, okay, you're waiting for a buy on the pullback. Fair enough. Good luck. I am in a sell near you. Should I extend? Sorry, I read that before, didn't I? Sorry. What is your plan on that, by the way? Yeah, so we're just taking Asian lows. That was my target. If you asked me, that would have been my target. All right, gold's flipping back bullish here, so it doesn't look like we may not get a valid entry. It all comes down to the closure of this M15, guys. Just says it's got to fall back to 40.90, 41.09. Doesn't have to, it may though. So, but if it closes above 41.2450, like 41.25, the long cause there was a resistance. All right, let's see. What is the high of this candle? 41.26.85, so 41.87. Oh, 85, 41.87.05. 41.28.05, sorry. 41.28. Be the same type of scenario, so we need to wait for the new counter creates low wick, and it can't be a huge low wick. We're just going to trust that as for our stop loss. We've called one nice trade before. Let's see, it could be another option here on gold. Closes below this horizontal, and it means it's too strong of a bearish candle. There is no valid entry. That is the 0.382 from the open to the lowest point. Again, it's just trading with rules, guys. All these rules are outlined in the course that I put together. And what that would suggest is it's not as high a probability if it does close stronger bearish. What I would normally then wait for is literally this. The next M15 to close bullish engulfing, and then it's once again valid. That would also close the hourly. We'll close a strong bullish. We'll close the 30-minute. We'll close that strong bullish. That will add confluence to any potential entry. So just under, well, around 45 seconds, guys. It has to close above this horizontal. If it does, I will stay on. If not, likely call it. Let's wait and see. All right, here we go. Countdown. 5 seconds, guys. All right, it's close too strong. So what I personally wait for is this, but I'm gonna get going myself. That's your option. If it closes like that, wait for a low wick. You're gonna have to trust low wick stop loss, because again, stop losses are massive. There's enormous volume still in the markets at the minute. That is literally what I'd be waiting for on the gold. If there is to be a trade soon. Guys, do appreciate the support. And once again, guys, TikTok, don't forget, jump across to the YouTube stream, or do make sure to check out the YouTube channel. It is the exact same profile name. There will be a video dropping in about 45 minutes from now, and that will be in regards to the interruption count. It will help you to clarify what validates the interruption entry. It's probably the most favorite and most referred to of the entry types on the stream, and also helps you to a little bit about how this thing works. Forex Tester Online, which is great. It's by far the #1 simulator in Forex, and not saying it because I get a bit of a kickback, because I've tried multiple ones and this is the only one that doesn't glitch. It works exactly like TradingView. It's got all the same indicators, it's got all the same drawing tools. You can even upload your own custom bot. You can upload a bot. You can even trial one of their bots and see, you know, what the results would be over a given period of time. I've got more than 20 years of data on more than 400 plus pairs, including cryptos, metals, and all the currency pairs. There is a special promo code if anyone is interested. Feel free to send me a DM. I will send you the affiliate, the link with the discount code. YouTube, it's all in the description down below. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. TikTok, I will drop it onto the TikTok profile, into my TikTok channel eventually, maybe even today. But yeah, thank you one all for joining. Do appreciate the support. Make sure to watch the video later on YouTube, give it a like, leave a comment, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Go well, guys, while you leave, because it's already almost 7 p.m. been on for over 2 hours, and this man wants to have some dinner and chill for a bit. And like I mentioned, bullish engulfing is what you're looking at, guys. If you are interested, to my team, I will likely see you guys in probably about an hour and a half or so from now. To my members, I'll jump on a call with you guys. Till then, take care, guys. All the best, trade safe, and I'll catch you later. Cheers, team, and have a good one. Bye, guys.